Hi, this is Madeleine. Thank you so much for being interested in my science fair project. I'm so glad you're interested. This GoFundMe is to support my science fair project, which has been an ongoing thing for 3 years so far. And my science fair project is about finding a natural preservative that is healthier than current preservatives being used out of oleic acid and a similarly structured compound called methyl hydroxy chalcone. And I'm going to be comparing this preservative that I will be developing to sodium phosphates, which are a standard preservative in poultry preservation. In the past 2 years of studying natural and healthy food preservatives, I've come to the final hypothesis that oleic acid might be the key to meat preservation in a healthy way, because last year I tested multiple different oils, coconut, soybean, and olive oil, and out of that group, olive oil turned out to be the winner. And I believe that this is because of a compound found in it called oleic acid. Olive oil is mostly comprised of that. The oleic acid has a really cool property that it sucks water out of the air and out of other foods and other objects and substances. And this is just like sodium phosphate, sodium nitrates, salt. They all have the same hygroscopic property. And a compound found in cinnamon called methyl hydroxy chalcone seems to have similar properties, and cinnamon is hygroscopic. And so I'd like to combine oleic acid and methyl hydroxy chalcone so that they strengthen each other and can make an ultimate preservative. In order to do this, and in order to prove my accuracy, I do have to complete some testing. And in order to get as close to standard testing as possible, I have contacted a lab that helped me really wonderfully last year. They completely took on my costs, and they gave me their professional testing for free, and I was able to store my samples in their controlled labs and have professional testing done on them, and they covered the cost. And this year, I would like to be able to fundraise the cost from within my own community. The quote that I received for the cost from the lab states that the cost is $4,000, $13 for the aerobic plate counts, and $12 for the organoleptic, which is the more qualitative observation-based conclusions based on the professional's knowledge using the Fung Index, along with the photographs. Those are $12 for each samples. And in order to be able to have statistical analysis at the end of this project, I will have 5 samples per each preservative per each period of testing. And at the end of the day, this adds up to 150 samples, which makes my quote extremely high. So I will be fundraising to possibly, hopefully, meet this cost, along with the cost of my supplies, which the methyl hydroxy chalcone is close to $600 per 1 kilogram. So this will go into my experiment, along with a vacuum sealer, purchasing lots of olive oil so that I can isolate the oleic acid myself. And I'm so glad that you're here and you'll be able to help me. Now you might be wondering how oleic acid and methyl hydroxy chalcone compares to current unhealthy preservatives being used. And methyl hydroxy chalcone and oleic acid have no maleffects. They are not toxic in any way. Oleic acid has anti-inflammatory properties that lower blood pressure, and methyl hydroxy chalcone is an insulin mimetic, and it's one of the compounds found in cinnamon that is able to lower blood sugar, which can be an extreme help, a natural help if you have diabetes. And so these two put together are not only a very strong preservative, but they're healthy in all other ways. And I think that is one really cool thing about this natural preservative. Another thing is about oleic acid versus the sodium phosphate and the other more unhealthy preservatives. The unhealthy preservatives like sodium phosphate, nitrites, carrageenan, and butylated hydroxytoluene, they are binders and dyes often. For example, the pink curing salt or nitrite, it's to dye meat pink. And the sodium phosphate and sodium nitrite, it's all just added salt for your heart to process, which can be extremely challenging if you have high blood pressure or any heart problems. This can pose to limit your options at the grocery store because of what preservatives are used. Not only that, sodium nitrite is actually carcinogenic, and it will cause cancer if consumed in large excess. So these preservatives are clearly quite unhealthy as compared to oleic acid and methyl hydroxychalcone, which are far more healthy candidates that do perform the very similar action. And this is why I think that oleic acid can definitely impact many people, because it is a healthier option to preserve your meat with. And this can definitely improve the health of our world and of our meat industry. And I think that this is extremely important. With this project last year, I also won first place at my school fair, first place at my regional fair, and first place in my category at state fair for the whole state of Texas, which I was so happy that I could do that. And because of that, I was able to advance on to the national fair, Broadcom Masters, and I was able to apply for that. And that was so cool. It was such an awesome experience. Last year, this whole journey of going through science fair, even with a digital board because of COVID, it was so interesting, and I was able to learn so much in so many areas. And that's truly why I do enjoy doing this project, and I love this science fair. Now, how have I gotten this far? So far, this project has been one huge group effort. Science is never a one-man job, and that's what I've learned over the past 2 years. This is the 3rd year that I'll be doing this. Last year, I was assisted by Sanderson Farms. I made a cold contact through a 1-800 number, and miraculously, I worked my way up from customer service to the head lab manager, and Sanderson Farms introduced me to their personally contracted company, FSNS, and FSNS was able to help me and do my tests for me in the same professional format, which definitely gives my results some credibility. Not only this, in order to translate my results and actually see them in a deeper way, not just simple graphs, for statistical analysis, I was helped by 2 Baylor professors, a Baylor statistician, and another Baylor professor helped me very much and they taught me R-square values, and they helped me create R-square graphs, and taught me how to understand them. And this was an extremely hard process, but thanks to them, I was able to learn that, and still I understand R-square values, which I think was a miracle in itself. And along with that, I've also been mentored by the winner of the International Science Fair. He helped me prepare last year for my state interviews. I've been helped by another college student who goes to Harvard that has been through this science fair process as a child when he was my age. And I had interviewed with him as well, and he definitely helped me. That was so fun, along with collaborating with A&M professors and just people in our community, which I think that is so cool that this science fair project has drawn me closer to our local scientists and the local people around me. And because of this project, I've known so much. And this year I have been able to incorporate a new Baylor scientists that will help me understand and do some research on the methyl hydroxychalcone and oleic acid. But through this huge journey, I have made so many mentors and met so many people that I still look up to. And again, this project is 100% a group effort. A huge thank you to my teacher, my science fair teacher, who's also my science teacher, along with all my other teachers at my school and my principals. They have all been super involved in this project, and they've helped not only me but my peers out. And I think that this has just been a wonderful experience, and now not only these people have helped me, but thanks to you, I will have the funding to make this project possible. And again, this is such a humongous thank you that I have to say, and I think that it's so cool that I will be able to get my funds out of my community. And I think that this is such a wonderful experience, and I'm so glad that you are able to help me and that you are interested in my science fair project. And thank you so much. I am so happy, and sometimes I can't even sleep well at night. It is such an exciting project and process and journey, and I love this so much. But thank you so much for watching this video, for being interested in my project, and for giving me some funding to help with this experiment. I absolutely cannot wait to see how this goes. Thank you so much. A big high five to everybody. High five. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.